everybody, welcome to The Push. I'm your host JB. It's been a few weeks, actually it's been a couple of weeks since we've seen each other. We did our first show and immediately went into quarantine. All of the hosts are kind of doing the best they can to be creative and still put out content. So I'm at home. You're in my home. Welcome. So we're going to do the show from the house today. Hope you like it. We have a couple of things that we're going to talk about and hope you enjoy. So one of the great things that has been happening on social media, people have been having a lot of fun at home. A lot of people are doing more live videos. Families are getting together. They're doing TikToks, and people are being creative and making the most of the time that they have at home with their family. There has been actually a chain. There's a song called He's Got the Whole World in His Hands. And it's kind of like a tag you're it kind of thing. Celebrities have been getting together and singing the song and passing it along, and it's just really, really wonderful to see people coming together with this. So we're going to take a look at one of these clips.
He's got the moon and the stars in his hands. He's got Pluto and Mars in his hands. And as I'm sitting in this car, I'm in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole entire world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. I'm so sorry. I just happened to catch, everybody. Can I have another chance? Can I go again? I just feel like I didn't know we were gonna do all of that. So I want to know. Okay. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole, I said the whole wide world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. That was something. That was something else. Thank you for that. But while most of us are doing our part to stay, inside, stay away from people that are most at risk, that would be the elderly or the really, really, really young. Some people have a hard time with actually following those guidelines. So last week, I know was spring break, and the Florida beaches, I think, were crowded. I mean, most of the beaches were crowded. So the spring breakers did not let that influence their party. They would not let a virus get in their way of the twerk. Okay, so we're going to take a look. Just take a look at the young people. It's kind of scary.
This morning, spring break gone wild. In Miami Beach, crowds of young people out in force despite the coronavirus threat.
If I get corona, I get corona. At the end of the day, I'm not going to let it stop me from partying.
And in Clearwater, Florida.
It's good to take precautions, granted, but it's spring break. Everyone's going to be at the beach regardless.
Vonda White on vacation from Minnesota.
It's very confusing to me, and it's really concerning because, like, our town is almost like a ghost town. Everything's shut down. The only thing you can go to, yes.
And here?
Here, it's like, honestly, nothing has changed.
Florida's governor refusing to close beaches, instead repeating CDC guidelines. Avoid groups larger than 10. Beachfront establishments also open.
It's an epidemic, but living in fear is no way to live.
So you heard her. Living in fear is no way to live. So let's put on those bathing suits and go hang out. It's a little concerning that young people don't realize the amount of responsibility that they have to participate in the quarantine. Even though I know that young people kind of recover quickly, reports are saying, they can be carriers and take the disease home to someone who would not be able to fight it as easily. So, on the same note, since some people are actually not participating in the quarantine at all, a lot of people have been following the guidelines. They've been in the house almost 2 weeks. Some parts of the country, people have been home for 2 weeks. And the president is now talking about possibly just lifting the ban, opening up the country a lot sooner than what folks were thinking. So potentially around Easter, I believe, was his estimate. But take a look at the clip.
Our country wasn't built to be shut down. This is not a country that was built for this. It was not built to be shut down. America will again and soon be open for business, very soon, a lot sooner than 3 or 4 months that somebody was suggesting, a lot sooner. We cannot let the cure be worse than the problem itself. We're not going to let the cure be worse than the problem.
So the cure, quarantining everyone, kind of just trying to protect life as best we can, has had a huge effect on the economy. And this country was just wasn't built to shut down. So potentially we're opening up. A lot of the workforce, however, they've steadily been working through this whole thing. So many people just haven't been under quarantine just out of the necessity of going to work because their jobs were deemed, what were they deemed? Essential. Their jobs were deemed essential. So they're still going into the workplace, mingling and side by side with coworkers because sometimes the 6 feet just isn't feasible. And then they're bringing whatever they're picking up, they're bringing it right back in the house. So have we really been participating fully in this quarantine as a collective? I don't know. The final thing I want to bring to you, again, families have been taking to social media to inspire, to connect with each other, and this family is no exception. I want you guys to take a look at the clip of families making the best of COVID-19.
What's going on, everybody? Got my family with me, as you can see. A little bit of what I want to talk about with everything going on, the COVID-19, coronavirus. Got a lot of people panicked. Got a lot of people worried about themselves as well as others, which is understandable. This is something we haven't been through, not in our generation anyway. So this is new to us. And I just want to keep people inspired, do my part, knowing that God is able, keep the faith. And that's what I want to talk to you all about. I usually don't take to social media like this. And as they say, family that prays together stays together.
was not expecting that. Did anybody screen that before? I do not condone. We do not condone leaving children on the side of the road, pandemic or not, people. These are your kids. That was crazy. Final thoughts. Actually, no. We're going to do a movie trailer. And you know why? Because we're all stuck at home. Boom. So, we're going to talk movies. You see, I have my popcorn, my candy, my drink. We're going to do a trailer. So, Invisible Man, super, super popular right now. I've heard a lot of good things about it, but for some reason I've heard that it wasn't very good. Let's take a look at the trailer, and I'm going to decide if I'm going to take a look, if I'm going to actually watch it.
Adrian? He was a sociopath. He said that I could never leave him. He controlled how I looked and what I wore. Then I was controlling when I left the house. And eventually, what I thought. I'm sorry, I can't take you with me. I'm not gonna leave you with that thing on. Are you okay? What happened to him?
Adrian's dead. Listen, you're getting your freedom back, okay?
He said that wherever I went, he would find me, walk right up to me, and I wouldn't be able to see him. Adrian is dead. He's not dead. He has figured out a way to be invisible.
Are you okay?
He's sitting in that chair. Where are you? Show yourself!
Surprise. Let me help you.
You can't help me. Surprise.
That movie actually looked really good to me. So this is our grading scale. To determine how bad we actually are going to watch it, what it deserves, we have our drink, we have our Slurpee, we have our candy, and we have our popcorn. If I really, really, really like the trailer and I'm like, oh my God, this is going to be, boom, it's going to be best, then I will have all of these. However, if I'm not impressed, you know, you got to drink something. Okay? But for this one, I think I am going to do, look pretty good to me. So I'm going to do Slurpee. I'm going to do popcorn. I don't know about the candy. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But it does actually look pretty good to me. I'm excited to watch it. So now we're actually going to have our final thoughts. It's been a pretty crazy time in our country these last few weeks. Actually, in our world. A lot of people have suffered. Some people are acting like nothing's happening at all. But, you know, this is an interesting time. We've never really been here before in our generation. So I just wanted to encourage you to take care of each other. Look out for one another. I wish you happiness. Stay healthy. Thanks for spending a few minutes with me, and I'm excited to see you next week. Take care.